Hi everyone, this is Aarti here from Paper and Me Designs. This is my first video, so I hope you guys like the cards that I'm gonna be showing you. These are just some cards that I made. Here is the first one. This is textured black cardstock, and this is a very bright pink colored cardstock. This is actually a wallet style card, and this is perfect for using like a gift card holder, and that's what I plan to be using it like. And what this has is it just has some flowers that I punched out and some glitter glue to add some interest to the outside. I have this ribbon going around the entire card, including the back, to kind of give it the feel of being a wallet. And it has this little flap that kind of goes in. This is just some black and pink ribbon that I got from, I think, Target or Walmart. They had like 5 different types of ribbons in a roll for $1, I think, from their dollar bucket. And this is just plain on the inside because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, I have a pink coin envelope which matches this pink, so I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this over here and just stick the gift card in it and probably use a tag to write the sentiment that I want. So I'm just gonna be leaving this plain for now until I decide whether I want to give it for a gift card or just as a card. This is the second one. This is again using the same black textured cardstock. This is actually some Indian cardstock. This has some cotton rags mixed in it, so it's very, very thick, very heavyweight, and I don't know if you guys can see how textured it is. It is like a 3D piece of cardstock. And what I did here was I had some some marble dyed paper, and this is very pretty paper. So as you can see, it has some textures in it. It has some lines, some orange lines, or rather yellow lines on orange paper. So I just punched out 3 squares here, used some glitter glue over here, to add some interest to the corners of the edges of the squares, and just pasted a piece of cardstock inside the marble paper. I just added a strip, so it also adds some interest over here. And this again can be used as a gift card holder, or if you use a color other than black, you can use it for writing a sentiment on here. The next card that I wanted to show you, again, this is some gorgeous paper. This is it's cardstock paper in like this dull gold, and it has, on this side it's plain, while on this side it has some pattern on it, and this side actually it feels like fabric, and it's gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see the pattern on it. And you'll move this, maybe then you guys can see the pattern on it. I don't know if you guys can, but it has some very pretty flowery pattern on it. And now this is again some cardstock pattern paper, which has a lot of gold glitter on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a lot of gold glitter, and it's like this dull pink with a bright pink flower. And what I did was I just punched out this flower and added a rhinestone in the center of the flower. This is the same cardstock as this. When I was cutting out the edges, you guys, I don't throw away anything. I just keep all my scraps. I'm a hoarder. So so what I did was, and you can see that over here, okay, because what I did was, I'm such a cheapskate. There was such pretty paper that I didn't want to waste even a bit of it. So the edges that of this that I cut out using my craft knife, I just went ahead and used that to decorate this paper, and I used that to create these strips over here and here. And this, guys, is a pocket. So this is where you would put in a tag with your sentiment on it. And this is longer than your regular card, so I have an envelope that I have to make for it. So this is another card, and this is another card that I made, and this is, you know, a very simple design. I love how it turned out, and this is just, you know, this is again a flat card sort of thing, but it has a flap. So what I did was, this is again the same kind of pattern paper, but it's in blue and it's in silver. So now this is a silver ribbon that I used. It's very shiny and it goes perfectly with this paper. So what I did was, this is how the card opens. Okay, this is where you would put in your sentiment, and so this is just a separate piece of cardstock, and as I was telling you, I hoard everything, so I used the scraps from, you know, the edges that I cut off this. I just used it for this to create this border over here, and this is perfect for, you know, a sentiment or a wedding card or whatever you want. Now, and this is just some bow that I you know, it goes around the back, and this is just like the one in pink, except that it's in brown. So I have two gift card holders. There you go. They're identical, and this also is the same pattern, but it's in brown. It's very pretty. And this is another card. I just love it. It's this chocolate brown colored cardstock with the same pattern, and it has a very subtle pattern on it. I don't know if you guys can see, and it is so luscious. It's just gorgeous. It's just very heavy and it's luscious. And to make this, I just you know, again, used my scraps to create these borders. And it's a very long card, so I'm sorry if it doesn't all come in the frame. I'm trying to get it all, but anyway, so I used the scraps to create this border, and I used my scissors, my craft scissors, using the scalloped edge, and this is just some of the gold cardstock, and I layered it on. This, again, I cut the edges using my craft scissors to give it, you know, these pretty scalloped edges. It's kind of a wonky scallop, but that's okay. And it looks like a little stamp, and this is probably where a stamp would go if you were sending it by mail. And this is the back of the envelope, and this is again a piece of cardstock that I just adhered on to this. This is gold cardstock, and it matches beautifully. Now inside, and just look at this cardstock. Look at how heavy it is, and it has this fabric feel, so it's so rich. Now I used the gold, the contrasting gold, to kind of, I don't know if you guys can see the whole thing in the same frame, but I used this, you know, the same gold here for the card. And this is just a little punch out, and this is again the brown cardstock. I cut it using, it was just a square piece that I cut using my craft scissors. And now you guys will actually believe when I say I don't throw away anything. These were just the edges of this little piece that I cut, and I just used those tiny thin little edges to give it, you know, a little bit of design over here. and I use these again are the borders that I cut out of this cardstock. Over here this piece has just been adhered down. This is a 3-fold card, a gatefold card if you like, and I just used this brown cardstock that I just adhered it to this and created 2 layers here. And again, I cut this edge to a scallop. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here, probably now you guys can see the scalloped edges along my hand. So that's what I did. I scalloped the edges here, and this is great for you know, when you have inserts that you want to put into your cards or a gift card, because you can just adhere this down and use it. Just go ahead and adhere this down and use it like a pocket. You know, you can just go ahead and stick something in it, to, you know, a tag or a picture, or, you know, this is big enough to hold a 4x6 photograph, and you can, you know, put a gift card in here, whatever you like. So this closes like that, and just kind of, you know, and this goes with this. And one last card that I wanted to share, actually 2 of them. They're very similar, so it's okay that I show them together. And these are just some simple cards that I made using the same, I was just so in love with this black cardstock, so I just cut some little windows, and I used for this, I don't know if you guys can see the pattern at the back on this orange paper. It's this marble printed paper, so I just you know, used that, and it was so pretty and it looked so good with the black that I just went ahead and used that. I just cut some windows using my craft knife, and there you go. These are really simple cards for when you have no time at all, and they look very, very elegant. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments and rate the video. Thank you.